So in news that should shock absolutely freaking nobody, Barbie is having a bit of trouble getting international releases in certain countries. And it's all to do with the identity politics that are written in this film. Again, Barbie is doing very successful right now. It could be even more successful. It was able to release in certain countries, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And the reason why is because countries like Kuwait is actually banning Barbie out of concern for local public ethics and social traditions, Lebanon working to follow suit in a ban as well. And I'm sure they're not the only ones. So this film, Barbie, obviously is a feminist wet dream. It's doing very well in the box office, and I really think personally that the namesake is carrying this movie. A lot of the people who went to go see this movie, a lot of them said that it wasn't necessarily a great movie or even a good movie. They went because they have history with Barbie and they wanted to go see it. It became kind of like an event, similar to like Black Panther, the first movie. It became an event for a lot of people of a particular demographic to want to go see, and in this case it's women. So women have a big tie to Barbie as they were growing up, and they wanted to go see the movie regardless. Even though they heard it was a feminist nightmare and some of these women didn't agree with it, they still went to go see it regardless. So let's get into this article talking about the ban from bounding into comics. So it says, as the summer's most divisive film finally makes its way into the Middle East, 2 local governments have taken steps to restrict Barbie from screening within their borders. Those of Kuwait, which has outright banned the film, and Lebanon, which is currently working to do the same. Kuwait's decision is to completely ban the film, as well as the A24 horror film Talk to Me, was first announced by the government's Ministry of Information's Committee on Cinematic Censorship on August 9th. Speaking via a press release issued through the state-run Kuwait News Agency, Undersecretary of the Ministry for Press and Publication Lafi Al-Subi explained that the decision stemmed from keenness on protection of public ethics and social traditions. Well, so basically, they don't want girl bossing, okay? Like, if anybody knows anything about the Middle East, it's very, very traditional, and they don't want these psychopaths like this girl bossing their way into their country, okay? It's just not going to happen. They're going to keep women truly oppressed, and they're never going to give them any sort of freedom whatsoever, the likes of which this movie showcases. And the funny thing is, this movie talks about the patriarchy, this movie talks about oppression and all that, and yet these women have no idea what real oppression is. You want to see what real oppression is? Go to Kuwait. Seriously, like this is why I can never take them seriously, because they have no idea. They're so fucking privileged, it's insane, but they have no idea what real actual oppression is. And now that the fact that this movie was banned in those countries, that should show them what it really means to be oppressed. So it says the committee noted that both movies promulgate ideas and beliefs that are alien to the Kuwaiti society and public order, said the person. While deciding on any foreign movie, the committee usually orders censoring of the scenes that run counter to public ethics. But if a film carries alien concepts, message, or unacceptable behavior, the committee decides to bar the stuff in question as a whole. So basically, they were not able to ban or censor anything in the movie because the entire movie is about that nonsense. That's the problem. Like, the entire movie is a woke nightmare. It's a feminist nightmare. So they can't just censor some scenes and get away with the story being intact. They can't do it. They have to censor the entire movie in order for them to do anything worthwhile. They have to just ban it outright. It says earlier that same day, as reported by the BBC, Lebanon's Minister of Culture, Mohammed Mortada, likewise accused the film of featuring content that promotes homosexuality and transsexuality, supports rejecting a father's guardianship, undermines and ridicules the role of the mother, and questions the necessity of marriage and having a family. Yeah, that's basically it. This is the entire movie. This is the entire movie in a nutshell. Like, this is a synopsis of the movie. They were able to actually put it all together and say, yeah, this is basically it. Here's your summary right here. Who needs Wikipedia? Like, this is basically the movie. So should it be surprising at all that it's banned in the Middle East? Absolutely not. It should not be surprising in the slightest. It says, following Mortada's appraisal of the film, the Interior Minister Bassam Malawi formally submitted Barbie to the government censorship committee for review, where it currently awaits a final judgment. It should be noted that neither the Kuwaiti nor Lebanese government, the former having been far more vague than the latter, have specifically identified which elements of Barbie have drawn their ire. Given both that the film contains no discussions of LGBT topics and that Kuwait's aforementioned decision to ban Talk to Me was based exclusively on the film's featuring of transgender actor Zoe Tarakis, it is likely that the transgender identity of Dr. Barbie actor Harid Neff may be the culprit behind this latest debacle, which again, I made a video on this as well. And I remember saying in that video when I was talking about Dr. Barbie, I was like, the chances of this being able to actually come out in the Middle East is basically slim to none once they find out that this is actually a dude. You know what I mean? So it's not surprising that all of a sudden now they're being banned in these countries. So it says, meanwhile, Barbie's Middle East premiere was recently pushed back to original August 10th date, though it seems United Arab Emirates-based movie chain Vox Cinemas began stuck to this original schedule in order to allow regional censors time to review the film. As such, the film's current release date for the region is now scheduled for August 31st. So that's it, guys. We'll see at the end of the day what happens to this movie in these countries, but I just don't see them becoming, I don't see it becoming a thing. I don't see these movies being released in the Middle East. I think a lot of the Middle Eastern countries are going to definitely ban this film, and rightfully so. I mean, why should they have to change up their beliefs and allow this absolute feminist nightmare to be released when you have other countries who are willing to do it for them, right? They have no reason to do it. They're never going to do it. They ban things left and right because those countries are highly traditional, and they have their own reasons for doing that, and that's on them. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Barbie, unfortunately, is going to be a mega hit, and is going to probably get a sequel or something along those lines. I would love to see if a sequel does as well as the first one, to be honest with you. I really would love to see that, because a lot of people went to go see this movie for the nostalgia factor, and a lot of them hated the movie, but they still went to go see it, and they gave their money. So yeah, it made a lot of money this time, but I would wonder what the second movie would do. But I mean, time will tell whether or not we get a second Barbie film. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.